Okay, so today it's actually part 2. I just want to talk a little bit about the Velocity Flightstick, which I use with my Xbox right now. And we are still not gonna fly the MS Flight Simulator. Today I actually just want to focus a little bit on that display, which you see here. And what I found out when I was actually using that with my PC, and I tried to use a flight simulator, the first thing I found out, per default it's set to Xbox, as you can see here, and that's not always working fine when you hook this controller up to your computer. I actually had, I think it's called X-Plane or Plane X, that flight simulator where I wanted to test that controller, and the first thing, the software, the flight simulator did not recognize it, but that was my fault because, as I said, per default it's actually set to Xbox. So you can see right here, you can kind of change the input mode. So I should have set it to PC at the time when I tried it out with my PC. So that's number one. When you buy this one and you just have a PC, you want to set it to PC, obviously. Then you can set it to Xbox. So that's the setting you want to have when you use it with MS Flight Simulator 2020 on your Xbox. And then there is another one which is a little bit strange, and it reads compatibility mode Xbox. That's when you want to use this flight stick with any other software, as far as I know, than the MS Flight Simulator. Then you want to set it to compatibility mode. Right now, since we do the flight simulator, we want to go back, and by the way, you switch that. The menus, if you turn it with this wheel below, and you can also push it, you see here, you can click it, and that's the way you spin it. So just FYI if you wonder how you do that. So you see we've chosen Xbox mode. Sometimes it's really hard to click that, to be honest. Kind of drives me nuts. So that dial down there, it's kind of not my style anyways. So you see, so we've chosen the input mode. Then you have the stick performance. Let's just go in there, and then you could actually have different profiles. That maybe would make sense if you have like 2 flight simulators on your Xbox and you would change something here. So I guess I'm not using it, could store it directly on your controller instead of the Xbox. Then you have audio, and so here you can actually, as you could see, change the audio status. And since you can attach your headset, which would be here, to that controller, it kind of makes sense to me that you can have these here. So let's just switch to volume, and you can see you can actually switch it directly on your controller, and you do that by turning that dial below here. So you see that we don't want to change that. And then the next one would be game chat mix. I guess I don't know, I would not use that, so I have no clue what it is. Mic monitoring, what does it say? Okay, I guess that's the input level of the mic. Microphone status, so right now it would be on if you have a headset, or you could, let's just turn it off for my use case, so you would know it's always off. EQ modes, what is that actually? Oh, bass boost, bass treble boost, superhuman hearing. Oh, that's kind of neat. I could use that in everyday life. So that was audio. Then you have the trim level. That's most likely something we want to do later once we play the game. I'm not changing anything here. Response, trim wheel, rudder lock. So that would be the rudder. I'm pretty sure you can turn this left and right, and that would actually be the rudder. So I guess you could lock that so that you accidentally might not doing that. Pro aim, I guess that would be if you would have like a flight simulator where you fly a jet fighter airplane. What would it actually mean? Oh, okay, so you could set a button, since you have a lot of buttons which you can configure here for that pro aim function. Orientation, what would that say, left or right hand? Oh, right now it's left hand. I'm actually right-handed, so it's good to know. So we changed that to right hand. Touch screen sensitivity. So honestly, that is not a touch screen. So the only explanation I would have, that they talk about this ring here, which they call a touch screen or touchpad. So sorry, that was my fault. So now it totally makes sense. So that's the touchpad here. So the sensitivity is actually good for me. The lighting. So we could actually change the color scheme. So let's just zoom in here a little bit. Okay, so you see it changes the colors here. Oh, that's neat. I didn't see that. So that's depending, I guess, on which mood you are. Let's go back, kind of like this one. What would this one be? The blue and green. Maybe that's the best one. And the default would be blue and like yellow. Actually, I go to the blue and green. I guess I like that the most. So that would be the color setting. LED brightness. So that's on the highest level. So we leave that, kind of like that. Screen brightness. That's on the highest level as well. I guess you could trim it down and then you see nothing. So we leave it at the highest level. Going back. And then you have Bluetooth connection status. So that's a wired controller. So I honestly do not know what the Bluetooth setting would actually do here. Input mode. And so we actually cycle through all. So there you have it. So that's all you can actually adjust on that little tiny screen here. And then, as I said, I made another video where I showed you around that controller. So that's not the goal of this video today. It was really just about that screen. And then the next time we finally try it out and fly. So it's actually 3 videos about that controller, and that's number 2. Thanks for watching.